Hello friends, in this video let us do a lab to create a virtual machine. I'll click on create a resource, create virtual machine. I will choose this subscription and I need to create a resource group. I'll create a new resource group by name RG01, or I can say demo RG, demo resource group. My VM. I can choose the region option. I will select the nearest location. I'll select West India, or I can select South India. I think there is also Central India. Yes. So I'll select Central India, and in the availability zone option, I can select availability zone, or I don't want the availability zone because this is a sample or test virtual machine. So I don't want availability zone. Standard, I'll say. I'll keep everything as a basic, and I will select the operating system as 2016 Windows Server. I have an option to select the virtual machine size. I can choose the size. I will select the virtual machine size, which is cost effective. So here is the cost you have for the virtual machine. So you can see this particular virtual machine is 923 and it has only one CPU and 1 GB of RAM. I will select basic virtual machine, which will boot little bit faster. I'll choose the D series. Okay. So this is the basic virtual machine B2S. So I'll select this one because it is little bit cheaper compared to the other virtual machines. So I'll select B2S. This is the one which is little bit cheaper so that I can boot the virtual machine faster. If I select the 923, this is very small B1S because it has only one CPU and 1 GB of RAM. So this particular B2S has two virtual CPUs and 4 GB of RAM. So it will boot faster compared with this virtual machine. So I'll select B2S, select, and username I will give Azure user 01. Password, I will enter the password. I will enter some random password. It will automatically allow the ports for the virtual machine connection, which is RDP3389, so that I can do the RDP to this virtual machine, which is nothing but the remote connection to the virtual machine. Next, disk. I can choose the disk if I want. I can even attach a disk if I need additional disk. I am not doing that because this is a basic virtual machine. I just wanted to create for this lab. So I am okay with this operating system disk itself. So I have 127 GB of storage. I will select standard disk, and next is networking part. If you don't select anything in the networking, Azure will automatically create the virtual network for you. And also it will assign a public IP address. We will see how we are going to create virtual network in another lab in detail. Now let us take the default settings, review and create. And create. So it is telling me it will have 4 rupees 40 paisa per hour. The virtual machine creation is in progress. Everything you will be able to see in the notification area. So whatever you have done, all those actions, what you have taken, everything you will be able to see in the notification section. I'll close this. Let me go to the home. And if I select the resource group, I'll be able to see the resource group. As I said earlier, resource group is a logical container which holds the resources. Based on the life cycle, you can create a resource group and put all your resources into one particular resource group, which has the same life cycle. Because this particular virtual machine has the same life cycle, I can simply delete the resource group straight away. Once I delete the resource group, all these resources will be deleted. I'll click on the virtual machine. You can see the status is running. I will select the public IP address and I will try to connect to the virtual machine using the user ID and password what we have created. I have the remote desktop connection. I will connect. I have entered the username as Azure user 01 and the password. Let me try with this password. Hope. Yes, I am able to connect to the virtual machine. So this is how you are going to create a virtual machine on the Azure cloud, and you use remote desktop connection to access your virtual machine. If it is Windows virtual machine, you are using the remote desktop connection. If it is a Linux virtual machine, then you are going to SSH to your virtual machine. I'll be able to see the file explorer. It should have only one disk. Yeah, one more important thing is whenever you create a virtual machine, you have 2 disks. This is the temporary disk. You should not store anything on the temporary storage. So this is a temporary disk. And this is the disk for the operating system. By default, you will get 127 GB of disk space. So I don't want to log out. I can simply minimize, and I am not even deleting the virtual machine here. I will go to the resource group. I will select the resource group. I will simply delete all the resources right away. What I will do is I will copy this resource group name, paste here. If I click on delete, then the entire resources what I have created under this resource group, everything will be deleted. The virtual machine, the IP address, this is the public IP address which we created, the network security group, virtual network, the NIC card, and this is the disk. So everything will be deleted once I click on delete. I have not shut down the virtual machine. I am going to simply delete the resource group itself. So I have deleted the resource group. Entire resources will be deleted. So this is how you will be able to create virtual machine on the Azure cloud. Thank you for watching the video. If you like the content, please share the video, subscribe. Thank you and take care.